Hi everybody, this is Mike Gerdes with the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living with, of course, Wonder Dog Yoga. Here to bring you another love note. Hey, has anybody ever told you you were out of your mind? Did you ever feel like you were out of your mind? Well, I don't know if anybody ever told me that, but I sure felt like that sometimes. And truth be known, if you really think about it, out of our mind is sometimes a really good place to be. Because what I mean by out of our mind is out of that thinker, feeler, perceiver, out of that ego mind that tells us that we're this or we're that and tries to run the world. We're out of that and we're in the Christ mind. And we can look at that detached. And we can allow the ego mind to be basically our assistant life manager. A lot of people think that this ego mind is who they are, and it's not. Because the ego mind is basically your personality, right? And your personality is basically what you choose, your intellect, your memories, your feelings, and your perceptions, all of which change based upon where you're going to school, what you'll learn, the people you hang out with, what you're eating, your social strata, all that kind of stuff. And I've seen people's personalities change. I'm sure you have too. Maybe yours has. From the time you came into this teaching to where you are now. I remember once a number of years ago, this lovely, mature lady came in. She had 8 kids, and her husband left her. And she was just bereft. And I remember her coming in so sad and just sitting there, but she started taking classes and she started eating the classes. You know what I mean? She really was getting into the classes. And I believe we had a lending library, and I believe she read every book we had in the lending library. That lady became my very best practitioner in my center. Yeah, I'd say her personality changed from being a down and outer to being a wower. Sometimes it's good to be out of our minds, especially if those minds aren't serving us. Are you angry? Better to step away from that one. Are you sad? No, it's okay to be sad, but you know what? It's better to be glad. Are you healthful or are you not so healthful? Do you have a consciousness of doing things that are healthy for your body? If you do, great. If you don't, maybe you ought to change that mindset too. That thinker, feeler, perceiver, yoga says, is not who you are. The Christ within you that expresses through all that, that's who you are. Now, what I would suggest that you do when you find yourself in an upset, or perhaps in a morning part of your meditation, is to ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? And by asking yourself, who am I, you can re-identify with the true self of yourself, the I am that I am. The I am that I am, the I am that you are. So I hope you join me in being out of your mind sometimes, because it's a much better place to be when we're caught up in our minds. So with that, I'll bid you adieu. I want to remind you that if you go to cslphilly.org, you're going to see some marvelous things, including things about upcoming classes. You're going to be able to see a whole listing. If you click on the live stream link, a whole listing of previous talks that Dr. Maxine has given, plus a whole listing of previous love notes that she and I have given. And there'll also be an area where you can make a contribution. And good news, now the website is open to our Canadian friends. So if you have anybody in Canada, get a hold of them and tell them cslphilly.org is now open for them. So with that, I'll bid you adieu. Know your love. Bye-bye.